Let's talk about some games or something instead. And let's kick this off into this best of 3 between Clem and Cyan, our second semi-final. To the bottom right-hand side, our red Protoss player is Cyan. And he's up against the 16-year-old Terran player to the top left from XED Sports. This is Clem. So our second semi-final of the day here, guys. As we kick this off, we get this rolling, and we get this ready to go. Do let me know what's up in the chat. Let me know who you're supporting in this best of 3 semi-final. The winner qualifies to the WardiTV weekly Season 4 finals. And then there's a finals for some prize money at the end here as well. So a little bit of TvP, a little away from the PVZ in that other semi-final which you just saw. Again, if you guys are enjoying the stream though, as we have a couple of moments for this game just to get set up and truly rolling, do not forget all the ways you can support the channel. It's because of you guys we're able to put on the WardiTV weekly series. The weekly WardiTV weekly is an event which is, well, obviously this time around sponsored by Sneak, but it's usually powered by you guys, the subscribers. So if you're enjoying what you're seeing, do hit that sub button. It goes a long way to supporting the channel, the content we're making, and it allows us to keep on making more. It allows us to keep on making more and more, and keep on bringing you guys regular StarCraft content, which is, of course, what we always want to bring you guys. So, yeah. Obviously, you get a bunch of rewards as well. Not only do you support the channel, but you also get access to the replay packs, which, if you're interested in replays, I really feel like our replay packs are some of the best. I mean, there's a lot of very good replay packs out there, but for $5 a month on the sub, you get yourself about 500 replays a month. That's about how many games we cast of StarCraft a month. We put them out once every week or two. So they come out in sets of 150 or so. And they generally do go down pretty well with people. So do check that out. Someone please type the stat command. Thank you. Yes, guys, the mic crackle fixes itself. It's been very bad lately. There's no way to fix it other than literally waiting for expert to somehow fix this stupid issue. It's kind of silly. Anyways, initial adepts here. One of them goes down, kills the Reaper. One adept still moving forwards, kills another Marine, but there is going to be another few Marines showing. Marines are coming through, and they are going to be seen with this Widowmine burrowing. And there's going to be the adept shading through to the other side. Emil dropping down. And we are just going to be seeing Cyclone coming on up. When you advertise for money during the middle of the game, Wardy, it makes you not want to sub or donate. You know what makes me not want to cast? When people think the middle of the game is the first 2 minutes of the game, because it makes me feel like I'm casting to people who have literally 0 IQ. So, I don't know, mate. Certain things annoy certain people. Tough shit. Adept goes down to the Marines, and now the Oracle taking some damage as well, as the Oracle will have to be turned away. It's a good defense in general, though, from Clem. I mean, the Cyclone, the Marines, and the Medevac too, going to be able to keep on pushing forwards, and just going to be able to keep these Oracles from doing too much here so far. As we are going to be seeing the Medevac coming across with a Widowmine as well. So, coming across to the other side, we're going to be seeing another barracks dropping down. 2 Oracles do come in here, and there's no Widowmine or anything, actually. So, Clem's going to take some damage. I guess his idea is that he's going to take some damage, but because the 2 Oracles are on this side of the map, they're not going to be used defensively at all. Hence, the ability to maybe get a lot done himself. But he really needs to do something, because down to 28 workers, this is going to hurt, as we are going to see these Marines and the Cyclone going to pick their way through this pylon, and we are going to be seeing Nexus being cancelled. Another couple of pylons dropping down here at the front, and we are going to be seeing this Widowmine just pulling back slightly. I mean, this is the chance for Clem. This is where he has to do something. If he doesn't, he's going to be in trouble. But Cyan knew this, and so he's added on a whole bunch of shield batteries and pylons. Continuing to set up here, as we do see the Widowmine goes off, but doesn't really do enough. The Cyclone's going to go down. The Oracle gets the kill. Oh, I don't know if Clem can you recover from this? I mean, can you really? I don't really know if you can. Phoenix coming forwards, and I mean, the Medevac, if that goes down, that would be really deadly here. And he is going to get low. The Stalker's helping out even from the low ground, and Cyan is really in control of this one. He's got some money to spend. Clem's down by 15 workers. And this really is a little bit of a tough spot at the moment, as we are going to be seeing another couple of refineries coming on down. Forger, Twilight Council coming through here for Cyan. Marines and Cyclone continue to come on forwards, and Clem continue to push this set of units away. Yeah, and Stalker's coming in, pushing those Marines back. We're going to be seeing the few units to the left-hand side as well for Cyan. Still just kind of looking around. Man, these little number of Stalkers are actually getting so much done. I have to say, I have been very impressed by the Chinese and Korean players and their ability to play on the EU server the last couple of days. It's been pretty impressive, honestly. As we are going to be having the combat shields and Stimpak coming through, and we are going to be seeing these units trying to dive in towards the main base mineral line. They are going to go for the combat shield upgrade. That's obviously one way to slow things down. He doesn't know if this is combat shields or Stim, by the way, so it's a little bit rough because he doesn't know which it is, but slowing down one of these is always something that's... it slows him, it does slow the... Terran player down. It is going to stop him from getting something done here. There's a couple of Widow Mines still burrow, some Stalkers still pressing the front, +1 attack, and Resonating Glaives coming through with a few more gateways as well. Cyan continue to get set up here and continue to get into this next little stage. And as finally Clem is kind of held off this pressure, finally gets a moment to breathe. Comes out 7 workers down, army supplies even. It just feels like it should be so much more for Clem. It feels as though he should be maybe just have a little bit more going. He's going up to 5 racks, so obviously he's going to have a decent army supply. And that's why his army supply maybe shouldn't be even, but a little bit even further ahead, right? Because he is on 5 racks. He's playing the 2 base all in here. As we are going to be seeing the couple of Phoenix just coming through, and we are going to be seeing a couple of Widow Mines lifting up as well. I mean, that's just another pain of having these Phoenix on the map. They're going to get so much value. A Medevac, another Widow Mine. So much damage here. Another Revelation drops as well. Sees another Widow Mine. Goes on the hunt. Costs him a Phoenix this time and doesn't get the Widow Mine. Small mistake. As you see, this would be quite the snipe. Last second Stim snipe, but it is going to finish. So Stim is here, so at least Clem can use that in his fights. Combat shields did start back up on the newer tech lab. As we are going to be seeing these few units just kind of coming back down towards the center once again. And the Ghost Academy now starting up from Clem once more too. So Ghost Academy coming up. Another Medevac kill. Oh my god, this is absolutely crazy. As you are just going to be seeing the Phoenix lifting up once again. Another Widow Mine going down. And we are going to be seeing another Marine picked off. Because of shells will get picked off here now. And we are going to be seeing this group of Oracles just going to be backing away. Dude, holy shit. Like, can you just shut up in the chat? Like, reading what you say is literally giving me a headache. Alright, got rid of that guy. Some force fields coming down here as Phoenix come on through, lifting up a whole bunch of units as the Adepts continue to push on forwards. We see a couple more Phoenix getting picked away at here as we see that Cyclone does go down. I mean, there's just so many Adepts. This army's so powerful for Cyan. A good early lead for him as we're going to be seeing these units just trying to get away. But how do you actually get away from Phoenix? There's only one of them left, really? Okay, well, a lot have gone down in the fight, but even still, this one Phoenix very nearly gets a second Medevac kill. Widow Mine goes off. There's just so many units here. The Adepts alone, I think, can take this fight. But there's an Immortal to back it up. There's a couple Stalkers, too. Just has to be a little bit careful of the Widow Mines. And he actually, wow, perfect time, and shades away just as the Widow Mine goes off. And we are going to be seeing these units continue to get pushed away. The Medevac's pulling back in towards the natural. And we are just going to be seeing Cyan just continue to push on forwards. And well, another couple of Widow Mines going down right now, and we are just going to be seeing another force field. This is surely going to be enough as SCV is trying to pull on in, but the rest of the army can't even join because of the force fields. Adepts don't care about force fields, though. They shade on through. They can go towards the army if they want to, which they will. Actually, it's going to be a big Widow Mine shot, but again, it's just too little too late, I think, at this sort of stage. Another couple of units come down the ramp to try and hold on, but the Immortal's so good against those Marauders. That's what the Adepts can't deal with as easily. The Marauders... But the Immortal definitely can. He actually targets down the Marauder, which is nice. And maybe Cyan gets pushed away a little bit, but the third base of Clem is held off. It's shut down. That's instantly cancelled here. Clem holds on, but down on 23 SCVs. This is obviously not going to be much of a too great of a follow-up here. Moving on, as we are going to be seeing... Well, backing away, Cyan's obviously done the damage. He's got the 4th base coming up. He can back away and just tech up a little bit further, wait for +2 maybe. And just get ready to go all over again. He may not even wait for +2, right? War Prism shows up. Maybe that's what he was backing away and waiting for. Either way, just has to push on through and, well, put an end to this game number 1. Cyan looking good to maybe qualify himself for the season finals. These units gathering at the front. We see one Marine going down and Marauder taking some damage. The Phoenix will just commit for the friendly fire, which is absolutely disastrous. A War Prism tanks a shot as well. We see a few more Adepts coming in, and we do see this Orbital Command taking some more damage too. He actually recalls home because of a set of units here. Leaves some of the units over here to keep on fighting. But the recall home is actually going to shut down one Medevac. The second just gets away. Clem knows it's over, and Cyan takes game number 1. So Chrono Boy great to see you. I hope you're having a fantastic time. And thank you so much for the 25-month resub. Thank you so much. Let's see some love in the chat for Corona Boy. And all those other guys who are showing some love for the bits, etc. Wardy Hearts or however you want to go. As we do have to the bottom left, in game number 2 here, our red Protoss player. This is Cyan. And his opponent to the top right hand side, the blue Terran player, is Exceeds Clem. Alright then, guys. Continuing on. I'm looking to see what's going to happen. First up, with the $5 donation, says, you calling out assholes makes me want to donate money. Thanks for the content. Thanks for the $5. I don't know, like, sometimes I think it's a bit of fun to call people out as well, like if they're really kind of going in or something. So, you know, sometimes I just read the same thing one too many times in the day, and I'm like, God damn it. I just, you know, sometimes that's a little bit of fun. Thanks so much for the $5, dude. As we get up into this game, obviously the proxy barracks, but not in a mega all-in sort of way. It's the sort of proxy racks where the Reaper comes out, you get the factory at home pretty quick, sure, but in general you will still expand, and a lot of this is just about slowing down the Protoss player as well in these early stages. So we'll see how this continues. We do have the SCV at the front. Gonna have to back away. Okay, right. Who wants to be mod? This is absolutely stupid. Sorry guys, I'm gonna have to take a moment to just mod someone. Who in the chat wants mod that I know and I can trust to mod roughly decently based on the rules below the stream? Because I just need a mod in here today. Like, this is just insane. Like, chat's just being silly. Meanwhile, while I look for a mod, Reaper has a little bit of a dance with the Zealot. Doesn't actually get into the main on natural. Blackpink is kind of a bad map to do this on. If there's a wall off here and the pylon to block here, the Reapers will really struggle to get a lot done. So, it's a little bit painful here, as we are going to be seeing the couple of Reapers bouncing back and forth. Looking to see what's looking to see what they can do. We are just going to be seeing a cyclone on the way up in the main base, so barracks is on the way back. I mean, there's that expansion we talked about, and of course we're going to see the Protoss expand too. So it gets into like a relatively normal scenario here. Like, you'd be kind of surprised, kind of as to what would go on. You know, you're kind of surprised, like, you know, that this goes so normal after proxied racks and delayed bases, but it kind of looks pretty normal and regular as we follow up here. If I want someone to ruthlessly ban people, I'll do it, says Bogey B. I don't want to ruthlessly ban people. I'm not really for banning people. Usually I tell all my mods always to only ever time out. Because I'm a big fan of giving people a second chance and stuff. Maybe if chat's okay. It's kind of tough to pick a mod on the fly. God damn it. It's difficult. It's difficult stuff. If you guys actually are interested in beating mods, then if you hit me up on Discord or something and you're someone who I will probably recognize from chat, okay, you talk a general kind of decent amount and you can give some time to mod when you're watching, hit me up on Discord or something. I do always look for new mods, so let me know. And as we just have this attack coming, last thing I'm going to say before we fully focus on the game is thank you so much for OG Mr. Grumpy Gills for the cheer 500. Thank you for the 500 bits, I appreciate it. Thank you very much, guys. Alright, so let's focus up on this game well and truly now, because we do see Cloak Banshees coming up. So, while this was obviously kind of setting up into kind of a fairly standard economy, the Protoss takes an 8-ish worker lead, you know, there's an expansion apiece, 2 bases, Stargate comes down. The Banshee and the tank, etc. is very different from Clem. It's a very, you know, aggressive 1-1-1 setup. I really hope this Banshee can get something done. Well, in terms of detection, there's nothing at the moment, so the first Banshee really might be able to. Oh, there's the Observer on the way out. But actually, you know what? Never mind the Observer, just the lack of units, because everything from Cyan is currently running across towards the upper right-hand side. So Cyan's currently going towards the upper right to maybe apply a little bit of pressure here, maybe try and get some damage done. His first Banshee doesn't commit in just yet as the Reaper comes through, kind of sees there is a Phoenix in the Stalker, so maybe he wants to keep the Banshee until everything goes across. Siege Tank, Bunker, 2 Cyclones. There's no way this gets anything done, though, from Cyan either, so he has to pull back, and, well, the Banshee just sat here waiting for now. Maybe he just goes with 2 Banshees at once, arguably. Could be a decent way to do this. Well, this Banshee coming down the right, and we are going to be seeing the +1 attack, the Stim Pack, coming through at the moment, and we are going to be having a few Stalkers and the Zealot from Cyan just gathering up in the center. Stim, Combat, and +1 all coming through at the moment in terms of the production tab, so that's getting set up and ready to go, and we are going to be seeing the Robo Bay from Cyan also starting up here as we see a few extra gates just being thrown down. So a few gateways getting added on at the moment. Fed Nexus comes up from Cyan 2 here, as Clem is looking to see what he can bring to the party. With Stim and Combat Shields +1 too. I wonder if he goes for a 2-base attack again. I mean, I guess that's already answered my own question, because he's got a 4th and 5th racks coming down before 3rd CC. Which, even if it isn't, you know, fully committed, even if you eventually get the 3rd base on the way up, it's still very committed aggression initially, very heavy pressure before the 3rd CC. So you do generally end up applying a lot, you know, attacking a lot, pushing. You generally have an army that can get quite a lot done. So, definitely looking towards that at the moment. As we see Clem with this Cloak Banshee doesn't do a lot. This Banshee in the main finds 5 kills. Oh, that was 4 actually. This 5th Pro really should have gone down, but just jumped in. As we are going to be seeing these Phoenix just coming over, and they are going to be able to chase that Banshee away from the south side. This Banshee gets away as well. I mean, keeping the Banshees alive is nice, because actually if you go in towards a larger attack, having an extra Banshee or 2, they actually add a lot of damage into an army. Even if they kind of go down very quick, I mean, a few extra shots of a Banshee can kill a couple of units. And if they're cloaked and maybe you get rid of the Observer, suddenly you target an Immortal, it dies pretty quick. Banshees are insane at how much damage they can deal. They're really, really good. Observer here just off to the side, and we are going to be seeing a few more units coming through the center of the map. Bio, tanks, Cyclone, a couple of Widow Mines. And well, again, as Cyan pulls back a little bit, we see a few Zealots warping in, and just a couple of Widow Mines burrowing up. The Phoenix coming forwards, and 2 bunkers. Well, one of them gets taken down. I'm just going to be seeing the tanks firing away just slightly. 2 bunkers obviously make this interesting. The Phoenix are going to dive on in. They lift the Widow Mines and the Siege Tank. All of the important units here. Clem tries to target down the Phoenix. The Banshees are there dealing damage. They don't get targeted right away. The tank gets dropped back down multiple times. He's gotten rid of the Phoenix. Widow Mine goes off. Bunkers are somehow still building amongst all of this here. What a mess this was in terms of the fight at the front. 2 bunkers do finish themselves up. They're not in immediate kind of danger zone for the Protoss though. As the second Colossus comes out, it gets more and more difficult here for Clem to deal with that. I mean, the single Siege Tank isn't good enough, because generally you need multiple Siege Tanks to really target down Colossus quickly, but look how much damage he does do. He does quite a bit, and Colossus needs to be somewhat careful here. Shield Battery's being taken down. Widow Mine is going to burrow towards the front as well. Anything that comes forward to try and kind of get rid of the Widow Mines is going to be dealt with by the Siege Tank, or at least heavily damaged, right? So, well, you can see another Shield Battery picked off as well. Clem actually makes his way to the left-hand side of this base. He has the Medivacs here to just lift up and back away if he needs to. Phoenix, oh, nice friendly fire off the Widow Mine, that's cute. From the other side as well, the tank goes down. This is a bit of a flank in from Cyan, as Clem going to try and hold his bunkered up position. A couple of bunkers are standing strong though, honestly. This one goes down, sure, but now, does he have enough to push? It's the double Colossus is just able to do so much here. As we are going to be seeing these bunkers are going to start going down. He targets down the Liberator very quickly before he even gets a shot off, I believe. That's a pretty big deal as the Observer goes into observation mode. Clem is being pushed away, and Cyan isn't holding a massive economy lead at this stage. I would like to point out he's only 4 workers ahead, so the 3 bases is 3 bases, yes, but it's not like he has a massive amount of probes behind it. Clem will start mining out soon, but he could move, you know, one of his orbitals to a 3rd base location instead. Dropping down here, you're going to be seeing these Zealots running in, and we do have just try and tuck himself into a corner with the bio. A lot of Zealots being targeted down as they warp in. The Stalkers in a little bit of trouble here as they have to start kiting backwards. Is this actually enough Stalkers to deal with this right now? I don't know if it is. Suddenly Clem trading so well. One thing that I haven't really mentioned is that Clem has 1-1, and Cyan hasn't upgraded at all here, which is maybe a big factor in this, especially in trades like this one where he isn't able to rely on the Colossi, because it's just bio units. Never drop into the natural here, so Clem going to keep on dropping, and Cyan just types out the GG. 1-1 in this best of 3. Clem Starting into quite the series as we're tied up 1-1. The winner goes into our main event. The loser, unfortunately, will have to walk away with nothing. Well, they did actually get some OSC points and some other bonuses, but basically nothing. You gotta, make it sound a little bit dramatic, Bottom right-hand side, our red Protoss player. This is going to be Cyan. And he is going up against the blue Terran to the top left from XCD Sports. It is Clem. Alrighty. We're going to see how the game opens, but generally just going to be seeing an expansion on both sides. Here on Catalyst, bit of a shorter map, bit of a smaller map in general, which allows for some of those aggressive plays, especially because of the lack of a ramp up into the natural. It makes Pylon, not Pylon, Cyclone rushes a little bit more powerful, obviously. Cyclone and Pylon are pretty similar words. Cyclone, Pylon. If you get rid of the C's and the E, and you add a P, you're basically there. And I mean, you can basically use C's and an E to make a P, right? If you just put the C's together, stretch the E out, use it as the stick, boom. Cyclone, Pylon. Officially the same. But as you're going to see from Clem, concussive shells. The barracks hidden, so immediately here Cyan, he did see the barracks, but he didn't see the tech lab and the concussive shells opener. Oh, is that Marauder stuck? I think he might be. I actually really think he might be a little bit stuck in here, as we're going to be seeing a second Marauder going to pop out. Well, now a Marine. Because the shells finishes up, he will just lift and drop back down. So be just a little bit more careful with his rally point here, and he does rally a little bit more carefully initially. And you just see the couple of Marauders and Marine showing up towards the front, and Adept is going to be coming in towards the upper left-hand side. And we're just going to be seeing the... concussive shell's not being used yet. I mean, it's there to be used if he does manage to catch this Adept. It would be amazing. Maybe he can push from there, but now I'm not sure if he is going to be able to. Oh my god, Port, I've never been happier to see you. Holy shit. You have no idea what's been going on today. It's been bad. How's it going, man? Well, as we see the stim pack and the +1 coming through here from Clem to get going, we do see the initial Marauders. They obviously caught that Adept for a moment, but they didn't get the kill because it just shaded away. And we are going to be seeing these couple Marines still just gathering up. Stim pack on the way. It is obviously a big kind of barracks play. 3 racks here early on. I'm just going to be waiting to see what maybe happens next. As Clem obviously with the chance to maybe push through the center of the map and to try and get something done. And you see another few gateways on the way down from Cyan. He actually made an Immortal here pretty quick. This is pretty aggressive. Immortal into the War Prism, and then he has a bunch of gates to back it up. Like, he can really get a lot done with this. So we are going to be seeing this War Prism coming on through. It's actually got double Immortals. This is a really powerful push forwards, and Clem doesn't really know about it just yet. As we are going to be seeing a couple of these Marines going over to the left-hand side. This is painful. Like, they're going to avoid each other, and I don't know who this is better for. Arguably, obviously, Cyan can recall if he needs to, but Clem can do so much damage in the meantime. I mean, killing this Pylon, for example, and power the Robo. I think this might be better for Clem, because I feel as though he's going to hit a little bit sooner with this army. Cyan begins to pull backwards. Maybe just towards the War Prism. No, I don't think he's actually going to fully commit back. And here we go. Clem shows up at the front. He's going to see, well, there isn't really many units here. First force field is decent, and there's the recall home. That will empower the Robo, though. Just for a moment or two. There's the Immortal showing up, and well, at the very least, Clem has bought himself some time before the attack comes in. However, he did lose a few units in the process. As, oh, that's a nice sentry pickoff, which you will find in the middle of the map as well. It's a bit of a weird scenario where obviously Clem was looking to be aggressive while Cyan also really wanted to attack here. Cyan will now follow up with a Robo Bay and a Forge. As we are going to be seeing the a few units coming up in towards the upper left-hand side, and we are going to be seeing these extra few units just gathering up together as well. Stalker's picking off a couple of Marines. And we are going to be seeing right now this Bioforce just stimming forwards. Clem can't stim too much though, because he's still about a minute away from Medevac. So Starport about to finish. I imagine there's a reactor for it somewhere, right? It's building on the factory, and there's no way he's going to go for that instead, as we are going to be seeing. As we are going to be seeing Cyan just setting up, and we are going to get ready to see if Cyan wants to commit. He actually just loads up the Immortals. Immortal drops can get a lot done. They're very powerful. They can pick away at structures, and also they can pick away at a few SCVs if they get towards the mineral line here. So we're going to see a couple of Immortals dropping down and pushing forwards. Going to go after the refinery. I guess it's one of the closest things to him, and maybe better to get the SCVs then. He doesn't really get too much in the end. Just going to be seeing our units from Cyan gathering up outside of the natural towards the third base. First, we're coming back down the left as we see a couple more gates coming through, and we are going to be seeing the Colossus on the way out from Cyan as well. So, setting up into this third base for our Protoss play, and we go into this sort of scenario again where I guess my big question once more, does Clem throw down a 4th and 5th racks, or does he throw down the 3rd CC? As he pushes over with a bit of control of the map, it's very possible for him to build a 3rd in location, which, while late, would not be too bad here. It is definitely something he could kind of fall back towards as a way to make this work out overall. More Prism to the left-hand side. First Colossus is out, right? It's on its way over, so it's difficult for Clem to really commit in. A shield battery too. And so far, this base is protected. Command center coming up on the first. We see 2 medevacs going to be boosting down the left-hand side, and we are going to just see a Marine working its way through that War Prism. A couple of extra backs to drop, but as sort of mentioned, the third base did come into play, and that's going to be a big deal, as SCVs will have to pull in to protect against these Adepts. That one Marine going down there at the very end. Dropping in towards the main base as well, but Stalkers are kind of ready to go. That Colossus was kind of out a little bit in the middle of nowhere. Targets the first medevac. It'll go down pretty quick. The rest of the units start to unload now as well. The Colossus is all over the place, apart from where he really needs to be, which is in the main. He obviously wants to come up this back ramp now, just really kind of having a little bit of an AI issue. Colossus is going to fall at the same time, pushing the left-hand side. A couple of sentries take some damage. Clem lifts up and backs away. Oh, that's a big pylon to kill. Will he get it before Extended Thermal Lance? 99 out of 100! Extended Thermal Lance is delayed here, and that's just going to be something which makes those Colossi a little bit worse for a moment or two. A Stalk goes down to the Widow Mine. Probes are starting to drop as well, and Clem feels as though he's getting a lot of damage done over the last few moments here. 1-1 upgrades in play also. This time there was a +1 attack, at least from Cyan. And he is, at least cleaning up some of these units, right? It's not like the last game where when the drop started, he was just sort of losing everything and not ever pushing it away. He is pushing these attacks away now. It's just taking him a little while to get there. Couple of armor, an armor and an engineering bay coming down in the back of the natural. We're just going to be seeing another couple of racks coming through, so continue to set up into that as we see 2 more gateways on the third base. And these bio units of Clem going to keep on setting up as Widow Mine's burrowing. Cyan just doesn't quite see it. 1 shot, 2 shot. Bunch of workers go down. Medevac back into the main. Doesn't really have much in it. He's really focusing this attack towards the front, honestly. Widow Mine gets a Zealot and a little bit of splash as well. Doesn't really feel like he has enough to push forwards with, though. It's definitely just the lack of medevacs, I think, that's not really stopping Clem from maybe doing more. He hasn't been producing medevacs for a little while. He started to build up Liberators instead. So, changing up his choice of tech here makes sense. It's definitely something that can start to go a long way. There's a few Widow Mines coming around the side, and we are going to be seeing these units going to start stimming forwards. As they're getting picked off, some Widow Mines will start to go off as well before they get taken down. That's nice, because he gets the splash damage onto that army, weakens it up just a little bit, makes it a little bit softer, a little bit more engageable. Cyan back over to this side, so you are going to be seeing this medevac. I mean, it's not really enough medevacs to drop up into the main, right? He could elevate a few units, but the rest would be stranded on the low ground. This Widow Mine doesn't actually get to go off, and that is going to surely be a blink. Oh, he doesn't have blink? Wow. How has he gone so long without blink with Colossus? I mean, that's just insane. That's actually my... I know I've seen it on the production tab, I probably mentioned it, but my initial instinct is that he should just have blink, right? And that kind of tells you a lot about how, that Cyan is just maybe not in the prettiest of positions here in general, as we are going to be seeing these Marauders continue to back away. And it's 11 minutes in game. Not to have a single Twilight upgrade finished at that point was insane. And so you're all going to be seeing, I mean, now Blink is done, so it becomes a bit easier for Cyan, but it's obviously definitely hurt him in terms of dealing with these drops up until now. Makes his life so much more difficult until that's ready. Fusion core on the way down, an extra starport. Clem can therefore now go in towards the ranged liberators. An extra liberators coming out will obviously be able to add a lot more into this as well. Another scan picks up a pylon to kind of give himself access back towards the main Baptism City there. It's just a liberator to the left-hand side. No range just yet. Fusion core isn't even done yet. It was just starting to build, so once he does get range up, these liberators can definitely be more annoying in terms of the positions they can set up against. We're going to have this medevac to the right side with a couple of widow mines inside. Just looking to try and hit this mineral line once again. One liberator falls. So many marauders in this army, by the way. It's like it's like 7 marines, and the rest of this is marauders and mines. I mean, Colossi still pretty good against marauders, obviously. Against bio in general, Colossi are pretty good. What I'm worried about is if this is going to be a little bit out of position. No, that wasn't good. That was really bad. A couple of widow mines in the main trying to do damage. Clem will then be very reliant on this army over here getting something done as he pushes through this Nexus. And that Nexus is going to go low, and it is going to get taken down. So Nexus falls. 2 medevacs boost away to the left-hand side. So Colossi are going to try and intercept. Clem will fight where he can. I actually really get worried about Clem in the counter-attack now. He doesn't have a lot of medevacs. These units are heavily stimmed. And if he's so massively stimmed here, I mean, even the Stalkers just blinking forwards may make this a bit of an issue, as we do see Clem continue to just boost up to the top side of this. We do see advanced ballistics on the way right now from Clem as well, as Stalkers continue to blink in. Another Marauder going down, and Marine getting picked off as well. These few Stalkers looking to see what they can maybe do. The rest of this army from Cyan is still just gathering together, going to get ready to push up towards this top side of the map perhaps here in the next few moments. Well, Clem holds on. He does have Liberators continuing to come on up, and it's going to be one of the big things about being able to control the areas in which the Protoss player might push up into to attack into him here. So having those Liberators, well, for example, this ramp now, you can siege up on, and well, obviously then Cyan goes to the right-hand side, and that's the issue with the lack of Liberators. That he doesn't have multiple to kind of spread everywhere, so he has to reposition them, and every time he has to reposition it gives Cyan just a few moments to maybe pick away at a couple of Widow Mines, some SCVs. I mean, in this case, he can just go straight up towards this 4th base, which he scouts. He actually knows that's there, but he isn't going to worry about it seems. Man, Clem's economy was pretty good, remember. He did kill a lot of pros throughout all of this, and the biggest issue that Cyan's currently having is that he took a massive army supply lead, and he hasn't really done anything with it. Let's see if he can do it now. Stalkers blink forwards, and he is going to get rid of a few of these Liberators right away. I'm just so afraid that there's nothing to deal with these Colossi, and is there anything to deal with them? I don't think there is. SCVs start pulling in. Now the flank may start to do something. Maybe you can start cleaning up some of the Colossi now that the Colossus damage has to be spread out between 2 different directions. Collapsing on this Clem will start to do a lot more. The Colossus disappear. Now the Stalkers are going to be in some real trouble. Pulling away here, Cyan has to try and find something. Some Zealots will warp in. He'll blink on forwards. You will see that Liberator getting taken down here, but continue to push up. Cyan is just going to have not enough power here to really brute force his way through Stalkers against these Liberators and Marauders. I mean, if he blinks on the Liberators, the Marauders kill the Stalkers. If he kills the Marauders, the Liberators are just going to do so much damage in the meantime. And again, Cyan was just in this position. He's, you know, you may think, why did he leave this base alive? I think he just knew that he was basically all in with this attack. And he was all in with this attack, and he's made it very close. He didn't want to waste time killing off the top right base where he would have just lost units to the planetary. Better to just leave Clem with whatever small amount of mining was going on there for the next few seconds, which probably wasn't going to be too influential. As we are going to be seeing the Liberators slowly pushing forwards. Cyan's army still trying to come up here, but without Colossus, I really think that was the one thing that carried him so hard in these battles. Clem playing some intense TvP in this best of 3. I mean, he really has been. Yesterday, Clem was knocked out by... you can't remember, Stefano in the semi-finals, I think? He played some intense TvP to get here yesterday as well against Chinese pros played by the name of Tokak. Blinking forwards here, we're going to see the Liberators will take some shots, but there's triple Liberator stacked up. The Zealot numbers are actually still pretty good here. Again, Shredded Red Stew. Oh no, that Widow Mine. Shredded Red Stew, I was going to say the Archons are getting a lot done, and the Zealot numbers are pretty good, but the Widow Mine blew up an Archon or 2 and some Zealots, and that was absolutely insane. Clem is slowly rebuilding that work account, and that's where keeping the 4th base alive was obviously now, you know, now we look back at it, leaving that 4th base alive is effective, Cyan. But again, when we look back at it the other way, if he fights it, maybe he's even weaker, maybe he doesn't get as much done with the initial army because he has less army to fight with, you know? And that's, you know, different bits and pieces, so... Triple orbital right now for Clem. Muling away, helping him get back on that SCV production. That has to be the really important part of this. As we do see the bio just spreading out between the bases. And, I mean, Cyan's still building up an army, trying to get something ready to go here. Cyan just sat 3 bases, which are now being attacked by some ranged liberators. His main base mining out, so over time his economy is just disappearing. The Stalker's blink forwards, but only 1 Stalker's in range, but the Liberator unsieges anyways. We'll just sit there and can siege up. Oh, no way. Is that actually in range of the mineral line too? That's so disgusting. Liberators are so insane sometimes. Look at that. In range of this mineral line. Just on a couple of patches, but it's a couple less patches Cyan now has access to when he needs absolutely anything he can get here. Widowmine's pushing on forwards. They're going to start burrowing, and I guess the Stalkers will try and take the shots and blink away, but one of the Archons gets hit, and that's already painful. The Zealots, well, they're doing a lot against what is still a very marauder-heavy army, but suddenly the Widowmines go off, and the Zealots will just disappear as they're all stacked up. And this push forwards from Cyan continuing, but it seems as though there's enough bio to, again, hold this off, and it's just a couple of gateway units left over as a remainder in this, as we're going to be seeing another Zealot going down, and that is GG. Well played. Clem. Absolutely divine TvP to somehow carry him through what was an absolutely